Howdy, partners. Let's talk about cycles really quick. Let's just talk about how we can all do our parts in cycles of life and basically how you'll always learn a lesson no matter which way you go, left or right. How you participate in that cycle that you're going through or other people are going through and you're involved with it. Um, the way I'd like to say it is it's almost like karma, you know what I'm saying? It's a cycle works the same way. So basically, when you're in a cycle, you have to see, have I been through this? Yeah? Okay. What did I do last time and the time before that or the time before that if you've been in the same cycle more than 2 times? What could I do different this time? That's the first thing. Am I in a cycle? Yeah? You can identify that if you're open-minded and smart enough to understand what that means. You identify that and then you start with what you did wrong the last time, or you don't really do wrong because you always learn a lesson. So in the end, you're teaching yourself a lesson, or people are teaching you, or circumstances are teaching you a lesson. So right, so what can you do different in the next time you reach the same cycle? Everybody has their own journey and everybody has their own cycles, but the whole thing about this video is just to tell you, like, if you can identify, like, oh, I'm doing the same shit again, this is the same shit as last year, or this is the same, do something different. You know what I mean? Than the last time or the last time or the last time or whatever. Do something different. Go with what your heart tells you. Follow your intuition. Break the cycle. So don't repeat yourself. Even if people or the same person or thing or job or whatever the case be, do not keep putting yourself in the same position that you did every time prior. You know what I mean? Switch it up. Take a risk. Do something different. Take a leap of faith. Just do something different. You know what I mean? And always try to do something different out of the fucking place of your heart. You know what I mean? Like, do it out of love. Don't do shit out of spite. Don't look to gain revenge. Just understand that karma works in your favor when you do things the right way. Eventually, your good karma will catch up to you and handle everything for you that you ever needed or felt like, you wanted handled. So for real, like, it's really simple. Just identify it. Identify the cycle. Make a decision to break the cycle if you want. You can always test and see what life really is. You can go down the same path and see if you get a different outcome. You can, identify that shit yourself too. And then you'll see, though, that eventually you'll catch on that shit is always going to repeat itself. History, like, repeats itself, right? Like, unless you do something different. And clearly we live in a world where the same mistakes are made over and over, from politics to money to fucking people to work to different shit. Like, things could play out differently nowadays if one by one as a person we start to do things different. As I've said, it's not like I want to be putting myself out on YouTube. I'm not fucking all the way there with my own confidence, or like I said, the shit that I'm going through. I haven't completed all my cycles or learned all of my lessons, but I'm aware enough where I think I can throw it out there for people to understand, like I said, that you're not the only one, I'm not the only one, we can all help each other. Like I said, let's help each other grow, let's teach each other shit. Because at the end of the day, you never know what this world comes to and how we as people, humans, might need each other, the way we might depend on each other seriously, especially the people you're around, whether it's your family, your friends, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I definitely think we should really start learning how to resource off one another, not in the material sense either, and not where we're just taking advantage of each other and treating each other like shit, but like, yeah, really breaking those cycles. I mean, again, I can't get too specific with certain things. I could give you my examples for me, or I could give you examples out loud, but everybody has their own cycles, and you guys know what that is. So, you can take this video and just understand, like, identifying it, doing things different. You can do the same thing, whatever. You can say you already know this shit, but if you're stuck in the same place, then clearly you know this shit and you ain't doing shit about it. So I'm just trying to be one of the few voices that may want to be heard or put it out there that it's time to start doing shit different. You know what I mean? It's time to start thinking about how you can be productive and how you can help out each other, whether it's materialistic or not. But I would say, like, people should really start focusing on the non-materialistic things in life and how we can help each other in that sense, because it's easy to borrow somebody money if you got it, right? You know what I mean? It's easy to fucking give somebody some food if you got it. It's like, all that shit's easy. But sometimes it's not easy being able to give the correct advice, especially if you're not in the right place. Sometimes what I've noticed, even about myself, but a lot of others, is they give you advice they don't even want to follow. You know what I mean? Oh, you've been in this shitty marriage? Leave her, leave him. You know what I mean? It's not worth it, blah, blah, blah. And then you look at them and you're like, but you're doing the same shit. How would you tell me, or how would you tell somebody to leave their family or their marriage or their relationship? But you won't do the same shit that you're telling somebody else to do, and you're sitting there bitching, whether it's different circumstances or not. You bitch just as much, but you won't take your own advice. So I think we should start taking our own advices, for one, but two, if you're going to give out the advice, like, you got to show and lead by example. You can't fucking tell somebody, jump off a cliff, and when you reach the bottom of the fucking cliff, you're just going to appear right next to me again as soon as you reach the bottom. That ain't going to fucking work, right? That's not. So, I mean, sometimes we have to lead by example, and like I said, I've had quite the journey down my path from just different shit. I can tell you right now, I'm still in a place where I'm learning to really pick myself up and trying to not depend on people or shit, where I can just really learn and grow, and, you know, hopefully, like I said, use my voice and teach others that we can learn and grow and do things different and get different outcomes. You can manifest what you want, you know what I'm saying? You just really have to believe it, and you have to put in the work. You can't just wish for a dream and not do the work. You gotta wish for your dream, you write that shit down, you set it as a goal, do whatever, you put in the work to get it. You don't just wish and wish and wish and bitch and bitch. You wish, and you do the work. You put in, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. And like I said, when you realize that you start breaking cycles, those wishes will come true. You know what I mean? Those dreams of yours are more in, like, reality, will be able to come true. Like, they'll be more reachable if you start putting in the work. Yeah, you can't be a fucking singer and never sing a day in your life. You can't become a model and never post a picture of yourself a day in your life. You can't try to give people advice and keep making the same mistakes and trying to tell people to do different with their life. That doesn't make sense. You have to show that you know how to break a cycle, and then people will say, holy shit, like, I remember when this guy or that girl was doing this or that and struggling or blah, 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 and now look at them. They must have broke a cycle, right? Because they're not going to keep repeating themselves, doing the same shit over and over and getting a different outcome. So I just wanted to talk about that. My videos are never going to be too long, especially because I haven't had enough viewers, nor have I had too many more subscribers, so I just want to keep them short and see if any messages get across. People give me feedback, anything like that. I share my shit, you know, hopefully you share it too, and again, the more feedback I get, the more views or anything, the more I can probably start to feel like it's worth a little bit more of just, even if you guys don't actually, I'm going to still make these videos for myself and hope that, like I said, even if it's 20 people and they watch the video for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, that it's enough to get those 2 to 3 people to say, like, all right, I kind of thought about what that guy said, or I know what Daniel was talking about, or I know what Dan was talking about, or whoever the fuck, like, but yeah, man, let's break cycles and let's help each other grow. Let's try to do shit different, you know what I mean? Things in the world are looking up again, and then they're looking down again, and everybody sees how easy it is in the snap of a finger. I mean, literally in a second, in seconds, this shit can go from feeling good to, like, you're on lockdown. Oh, you know, get your water, get your shit, and that's it. It just takes a snap of a finger. So all I'm saying is, if we're going to try to survive, you know, no matter what the world shows us or whoever the fuck shows us, we got to be able to show each other and ourselves too that we're more than capable of surviving, learning new things, teaching each other new things, because that's what the fuck we're really here for. You know that, right? We're here to teach each other lessons, and instead of making shit the hard way, can we just try to make it easier for each other? Seriously, like, you guys ever think about that shit? The ones that are sitting on the sides of the table where you like to make shit difficult? Should really think about how much easier your life can be, the people you love, and anybody else. Like, you can make the shit really easy and be really successful without being greedy, dark, or any of that bullshit. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day, good weekend. I believe today is Friday. And, you know, happy Easter, because I think that's a Sunday. And I hope you guys, enjoy your family and enjoy what we have today, because don't forget, like, this shit could be gone tomorrow. Anyways, you guys have a good one.